Hi, these comments are for WA. I am Michael Buckhoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I'm listening to an independent speaking practice test. I think you sent me a couple of days ago. So you registered for my TOEFL speaking and writing feedback service. So you can send me practice tests from anywhere in the internet, and I will listen to and provide feedback on those speaking and writing practice tests. Okay, let's get started. So I have the actual rubrics here. So when I'm scoring a practice test, I typically will start in the 3 area. That's where a lot of people end up anyway. But I kind of start in the 3 areas. I listen to your practice test. Do I want to go higher than that? Do I want to go lower than that? Or do I want to stay right in that range? So let's see what happens. So I'm going to listen to your practice test one time without making any comments, and then I'll give you my estimated score. Then I'm going to listen to it again and provide you a little bit more feedback. Okay, here we go.
Personally, I would prefer to start my own business as compared to working for someone else because opening an own business makes us financially stable. For example, I remember back in the days we were very poor financially. However, my father started a small business which burgeoned into a big enterprise with the passage of time. As a result, we become one of the richest people of the town. And now my mother could buy any toys I wanted. Moreover, he also traveled around the globe because of this business. Hence, had he not started this business, we would not have enjoyed the life as we are doing now.
That was actually pretty good grammar at the very end. Had he not, we would not have been enjoying. So you're using some advanced grammar. You omitted the if conditional connector and then you inverted the subject and the verb there. That's incredible syntactic variety there. Okay, still, my first impression is you're not going to get 26 on it. I'm thinking probably between 18 and 20 points out of 30. I believe that you are making improvements, especially with language use and also topic development in both of those areas. And with delivery, I noticed from the first practice that you sent me, you're speaking a little bit more fluently with fewer pauses and hesitations. So that's also a good thing. So I'm still thinking it might not quite be in the 3 areas. When I look at 3, it says minor difficulties with pronunciation, intonation, or pacing are noticeable. I think yours are more than a little bit minor. When I look at delivery, I think of listener effort is needed because of unclear articulation, awkward intonation, or choppy rhythm or pace. I think you did better with the rhythm and the pace, but still it's a little bit difficult, the delivery. Okay, let's listen to it one more time. I'll try to break it up in segments. Let's listen to the intro first.
Personally, I would prefer to start my own business as compared to working for someone else because opening an own business makes us financially stable. For example, I remember
Makes us, well, who is us? How about opening my own business will help make me financially stable? So be careful about bringing in these pronouns when there's no clear referent to those pronouns. But if you say me, that makes sense because you're the one who's delivering the response. But once you say we or us, the question is, well, who's we, who's us? Is this your business partner? Is this your family? Is this your wife? Who is that? But I like how this is a little bit better than the previous practice test in that you do have an introduction along with a reason. Financial stability is a benefit of starting one's own business.
back in the days we were very poor financially.
So,
However,
who is we? Again, you might say, in the past, my family and I were very poor financially. So, I would start off by saying my family. And then after that, then you can say we.
My father started a small business which burgeoned into a big enterprise.
Good. So which, let me look at what you just said there.
To a big enterprise with the passage of father started a small business which burgeoned into a
It's not quite clear. I think you're saying which ballooned into or mushroomed into. So it's not exactly clear what that word is. It wasn't what I call clear articulation.
enterprise with the passage of time. As a result,
How
we become
about
one of the
it mushroomed or it blossomed or it became very profitable over a short period of time, you might say. I would say maybe profitable is a pretty good word you could use there. I think that would be a little bit more precise than what you said.
richest people of the town, and now my mother could buy any toys I wanted. Moreover, he also traveled
And now
around the
my mom could buy me any tie I wanted. Instead of saying tie, it isn't clear from what you've already said that you wanted to get a tie, but you said she could afford to buy us the things that we wanted. Maybe don't use the word things, but she could buy us apparel, clothing apparel that we needed for school and work or something.
globe because of this business.
See, that was a little bit awkward with your pacing there. Listen to that one more time.
Could travel around the globe
Because of pause and then it's business. That's a problem because of is a preposition. It introduces a noun phrase to create a prepositional phrase. You don't want to pause in the middle of a thought group, especially a grammatical thought group like a prepositional phrase. That creates a kind of an awkward kind of rhythm where it says too awkward articulation, awkward tone, or choppy rhythm or pace.
Hence,
There.
had he
I
not
like the
started
word hence. That's a good cause effect transition word to help show the organization of your ideas. Then by saying, had he not, I'm going to give you a lot of credit for that. That's very strong grammar. It's advanced grammar. It demonstrates good syntactic variety.
his business, we would not have enjoyed the life as we are doing
We
now.
would not, wait a minute, let's go
Personally, I
back
would
to how you
prefer to.
said that. I might offer a change there.
We would not have enjoyed the
How
life
about that?
as
We
we
would
are doing
not be
now.
enjoying life as we are now. That's probably how I would say that. We would not be enjoying life as we are now. Okay, so I think that my score is pretty accurate. I'm thinking between 18 and 20 points out of 30. What do you guys think at YouTube? Do you agree or disagree with my assessment? And WA, so I think delivery is something that you really want to focus on. So let me show you a couple of things. So when you go over to my website, let's go over to bettertoeflscores.com. You want to go where it says right at the top, free speaking course. It's free. It really is. Now, what's not free is the feedback. So what I'm giving you right now, this is you're paying for this. The actual course is free. So I think it's important for you to go to the pronunciation course plus 58 accent reduction videos. So what you want to do is I think that your first step here is to take the first diagnostic pretest in this TOEFL pronunciation course, right? And you're paying for this, and I will give you feedback on this, and this will probably take you more than 1 minute. It's probably going to take about 5 or 6 minutes, and it's okay because it's a pretest. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to part A and then read the words in lesson 7, 8, 9, all the way down to lesson 24. For example, lesson 20, you have lice, lies, sip, zip, sue, zoo, mace, maze, and so on. And then in part B, I want you to pick one of those questions. What's your educational background? Why is it important for you to improve? Blah, blah, blah. What do you hope to achieve in this course? Pick one of those questions and answer it. And what I'm going to do is I will tell you, it says which lessons to focus on after the pretest. So each of these lessons here, it's a link to a YouTube video that's like an 8 to 10 minute accent reduction video. For example, if you click on lesson 7, it's going to take you to YouTube, and you'll see this lesson here. So if you do the pretest and I say that it's important for you to study this lesson, you want to go through this 8-minute lesson and really master the targeted sounds in the lesson. So I think this is really, really important for you right now. Okay, so that would be one of my recommendations, is to start working on the accent reduction lessons and start by taking that first diagnostic pretest. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for completing the pretest, and I look forward to hearing your next practice test. And one more thing, you'll notice at the end of each of these videos, let me show you at the end of this one, for example. There is a voice recording exercise where you can practice reading a paragraph out loud, and this could be feedback if you want to do it. You can send me one speaking practice test, or you can do one 60-second pronunciation practice exercise each day if you want to work. So you might switch. You might one day send me a speaking practice test. The next day you can send me some pronunciation practice, and I will give you feedback in that area. Because I know, and you know, I mean, let's face it here. If you improve your delivery, that's 1/3 of your overall score for your TOEFL speaking. So it's going to have a very powerful impact on helping you to score higher if you can improve your delivery. So I think that's something that you want to think about. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for completing this practice test.